Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm Brismal, and today we're back with some more Hades. Yes, we are.
That one looks interesting.
We have managed to get ourselves a nice companion. Achievement goes straight away for that. We got ourselves a companion. I'm happy we've achieved more things. We'll unlock the rest of them as well. Like, that is the plan. And we got to start leveling up some of these other things, right? Because I am really getting lazy and only picking the ones I actually end up using, as you probably can tell. So we're going to start with the Owl Pendant. We're going to be taking my Spear, the best thing that I ever play, and we're going to go. We are going to go. We'll whack up the difficulty to what we need to be able to do so we can get more stuff. Convenience, speed, lasting consequences. Let us go. Could do some of the more fun ones, but...
Now fling the blasted thing again, I said. And put your anger into it this time, like so. Or if you've not anger enough for it yet, you'll learn, I promise you.
Ooh.
I've anger enough.
It's always, I think, the one thing I found a problem with...
Spear's due for a little maintenance.
Oh, it's stab repeatedly, but you cannot Spin Strike. Spin Strike deals larger damage. My attack's in 3 pattern. Let's go Fury Jab.
Sharpened.
No, just keep attacking. That's great. But yeah, I've been, because, like, you know, I'm not amazing at the game, but I'm, you know, I'm pretty okay. I've missed out on a lot of story beats just because of the fact that, I completed the game way too quickly, right? It's going to be very disappointing with this. Yeah, anyway, how are we all doing? I myself am doing pretty okay, actually. I did do a dumb... I did do a dumb thing with... Even as an adult, I can't avoid the fact that, you know, sometimes I get tired.
You bear my owl pendant, noble cousin. Wherever it should go, I faintly see it shimmer from afar, even where you reside. For owls see in total darkness, after all.
Thank you, Athena. That special can deflect. Yeah, I'll take that, actually. That's pretty good.
Could use the rod of fishing there.
Ooh, thought we will. Thank you for reminding me, because I would have forgot. But yeah, so, yeah. I'm a human being. I get tired. But sometimes I underestimate how tired I actually get. Which, it doesn't help through, due to past medical conditions and stuff like that. So, what I mean by that is, like, at one point I did suffer from insomnia. So, like, I basically didn't sleep for, you know, that well at all. At most, I would probably get maybe, like, hour and a half to 3 hours, and I'd be up again without really much of a fanfare attached to it, which was extremely frustrating, but it's good gold. So I'm going to need more money this time around. More money. But what I've realised is that's really affected my perception of being able to understand how tired I am. So even now, although it's only for like about a month period, I think, in total, I'm still suffering the after effects of that. And yeah, I came home yesterday and I just sat on my sofa and I fell fast asleep and then woke up the next day. I think it must have been like 6 in the evening I got home. I didn't get home, but I got 6 in the evening, and then I was like, you know what, I'll just, like, chill out or something. I sat there, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to rest my eyes for a second. Bang, I was out like a light. Out like a light. And I woke up, literally the next day with my alarm going off. Like, why's my alarm going off? Oh. To repeat what I did this morning. Admittedly, though, this is not the first time that's kind of, like, happened. I've done far worse than that as a child. My favourite one is I completely missed Saturday.
The underworld's power.
Which was mighty disappointing to me. I literally fell asleep and then woke up on Sunday morning as a kid. So could you imagine how disappointed I was to completely miss my entire Saturday from school?
Olympus, I accept this message.
Ooh, attacks could deflect, but they are stronger. Now my dash deflecting seems pretty good. I love my attacks, but there's a plan in my mind now of what I want on my attack. With the multi-hit, there's something more useful, right?
Ready, lads?
But yeah, I was, I would say I clearly needed it, and this will go back to, like, I mean, for a lot of you out there, right? A lot of you.
Word reaches us that you've come very far indeed, nephew. Striking distance from the surface. You just keep at it like that, and with our help, we'll have you out of there for sure.
Not bad. Knock away. Cast. No, just take the sunken treasure.
5-second rule. That was 5 seconds, right?
I think so. So, I basically got like 12 hours worth of sleep last night because of that, basically. By the time I ended up waking up and going through my usual routine of waking up and stuff. And I'm a person who normally probably gets about like 6 hours, something like that. And I will say it now, I have felt more refreshed than I've ever done in God knows how long. Like, I felt like I was being more efficient, I made less mistakes, I could judge things better as well, like... Yeah, we'll take some gold from here.
All right, Precious, get to work.
Yeah, my mood felt better as well, like... I'm telling you now, if you feel like you're a bit down or you don't feel like yourself, get a good night's sleep. My God, does it make a difference.
I shall deal with you later then.
Mine now.
Like, I never thought it did, like, I will admit that. You know, as much as I know, like, you shouldn't do certain things and stuff, like, I'm a hypocrite like everyone else, you know.
Perfect timing.
Hey,
Oh,
sir.
Baldy! There you go.
Sometimes a conversation with a friend is its own reward, isn't that right, Baldy?
Yes, Baldy. I will keep giving you gifts.
Sisyphus, I know you tend to be in remarkably good spirits, all things considered, but there must be something I can do to help with your predicament, isn't there?
Oh, come now, Prince. Do Baldy and I look like we could use your charity? We're planning to stay put within this chamber for a while. It's hardly a predicament, I'd say.
But what of the Furies and their torments and all that? They might be back and make all this more difficult for you.
Ah, yes, the Fury Sisters. Well, I wouldn't mind seeing them more infrequently now that you mention it. But either way, so don't you even worry about me. Now here.
Sisyphus, you are the man of
Good
just
choice.
relax and chill.
You mate?
All right. Bye.
But yeah, I will admit, yeah, getting the night's sleep really did make a difference, and I advise everyone to get it, right? Like, I really wish I could say, like, it was just, like, a small difference, right? Like, I was just slightly more efficient, but no, genuinely, like, there were things that I would always make mistakes on a daily basis from, like, typing out stuff, looking at things, whatever, and I was like, yeah, none of that happened. I felt my mood was better, my
Numbskulls?
you know, my ability to judge distances was better as well. Like, you know, I felt more comfortable doing things that I probably couldn't, you know, when before I probably think, nah, I judged that to be incorrect. Like, my judgment was maybe not more accurate, but I felt more confident in my judgment. How about that? Let's say that. Mind you, it goes back to the idea of the fact that I believe you kind of create your own luck. Like, if you're in a good mood, I feel like your luck is always better if you're in a good mood than if you're not, right? What's in the shop here? Nothing worth it. You know, you tend to be more positive stuff happens around you, that sort of thing, right?
I can use this.
I would love for my attacks to emit lightning. I'll take the Zeus's aid anyway.
The power of the gods.
Increase that, why not? More lightning damage. No point taking that. So let's move on, I guess. Although, Go on then, Karen. The boatman
Enjoy
deserves
that,
it.
mate. When it comes time to reconsider your price structure, hope you think of me.
I hope so too.
I bet Electo's next. Oh well.
How many times have we been going at it like this, Zagreus? You tired of me yet?
Not really.
We're both immortals, Meg. We'll be seeing plenty of each other for a while yet. I've come to welcome these occasions.
Then good. Lashing you across the face beats waiting for the opportunity to do so. Come.
But yeah. So I will admit the whole you make your own luck is kind of a big thing, right?
You like my whip? You're only getting started.
If that is a good thing or a bad thing, we'll find out later down the line, right? I will find out the hard way one day.
That's all you've got. Here then.
Other than that, like, yeah, I had a good weekend with a mate of mine. I mean, to be honest, he is my best mate. As much as he is a moron.
I did it.
Yeah, he knows it as well. Like I am as well. I can really be, not insensitive, but just lazy, I think, is the term I will go with.
Warmer environs.
Let's equip the overflowing cup, because I would like to have some more poison or something. It's either poison or go for the other one, right? I'll take that.
Next floor.
So yeah,
Courtesy of the pact.
I don't know, I just feel a bit more chill. And I will admit, the positive change I made in my life of going to the gym more, stuff like that, they've kind of had a better impact in my mentality about things, right? It's weird to say that you doing more positive things has a more positive impact, but the main thing is if I can keep it up, right? You gotta turn that into a habit now, right? That's the main thing about it. Although it seems simple enough to me to be like, oh yeah, you know, I'm doing a lot better now because of all this stuff, I've still gotta be like, actually no, I kind of like gotta turn it into a habit and continue with it and keep on with it, and it's gonna take a few months before it's a habit, and I'm not gonna just like fall out of habit, you know, fall out of that routine. Because trust me, I've done it before. I mean, at one point I used to every day go for a run, and nowadays, like, I just do not have the time, or, you know, find excuses not to do it.
Could it be?
Let's do these trials, why not? We'll do all of them if we can. Which is a really bad way to kind of go about it, right? I used to run every day at one point, and then suddenly I'm not running anymore, I'm not going to the gym as much, and so, you know, I understand it from the perspective of not having time. At the same time, though, as well, I'm like, kind of like, it is kind of my own fault. I could have made the time. Because nothing's changed.
Why? Help yourself.
You know?
Cheers.
It's not like I got a family or a kid to look after. I've just been kind of lazy about it. Come on, let's go and take the Hermes buff. Which is a real shame, right? It's a real shame that I am, you know, I put myself in that mindset. But we'll work on it, we'll work on it. Admittedly, I will say, like, making videos or having that creative outlet has really helped me quite a lot with many different things. One, because if you haven't, you know, noticed already, I like to talk a lot. But I think it does, like, two things, right? It allows me to kind of, like, voice my concerns, my opinions, and, you know, relieve those thoughts in my head that aren't really meant for people to hear, but are kind of, like, there to get off my chest.
Almost finished with these.
As well as also to, kind of allow me to hear my own thoughts, in a way. I mean, a lot of you probably think the same thing as me. Like, although you may think about things, you don't really process it. And until you say it like out loud, and then kind of look back at it and go, actually, yeah, kind of, I get what I mean, and I see the problem there, you know. Until you get that point where you can kind of look back and analyze it, it doesn't really click because you've only really said it to yourself, kind of thing.
Afraid the Dionysus couldn't be here for you, boss. Though punctuality has never been one of his stronger suits.
Because I got his thing, isn't that hilarious? Side hustle, thank you very much. Give me money. Take 2 boons or a level up? Take the level up, actually, why not? But yeah. I do find it hilarious that I'm noticing more things about myself even now, right? It's like, you really think you know a guy, you know? You really think you know yourself until you really think about it. I think that was one of the things that with some friends of mine and stuff like that, there was kind of a weird notion, right? Like, none of them ever realized that no one ever thinks about it. And they find it weird that I was not really capable of that level of self-reflection, but I did that on a regular basis, trying to be like, actually, no, I kind of increasing the rarity. Why not? Going for a Dionysus spoon that's already upgraded anyway.
Off we go.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Away we go.
But I do think it's worthwhile to have that time to self-reflect. You know, I used to do it in the shower quite a lot, right? Think about my problems, think of solutions. Shower thoughts. You know, and then I got moaned at for like spending so much time in the shower, and then was like, oh, okay, I probably should keep my water bill down and everything else as well at one point. But it was time to myself, right? And even now, like, I generally don't kind of do that in the same way, I guess. My showers are shorter, so I don't really have that time to think about stuff anymore, right? And I'm always on the go and doing everything else. I never had time to that kind of like...
Hey man, I heard Athena had a word with you already, yeah? She's cool though, once you get to know her. Here, I got something that ought to suit her style.
Really? Lasting consequences. Restore 7% health. Gives you a 5% damage bonus. Interesting. But no, I want to take the hangover. Admittedly, it's not the greatest, but still it's, you know, something on the attack.
Stuff.
So yeah, it was having that time back and kind of doing stuff like this does make a massive difference, right? Admittedly, though, it doesn't mean much in the grand scheme of things, but I think on a personal level, it's a lot better, right? So I will say I'm guilty of it. I'm a person that will sit there and I'll put other people above myself, forgetting the fact that, you know, I'm human too, kind of thing. And then even then when I do make time for myself and stuff like that, I do tend to be like, ah, yeah, and you don't actually do the thing you set out, you know, you set yourself out to do. So, you know, one of life's problems, isn't it, more than anything else as well. But we will have to, you know, work on those things. That is the main thing, right? Do little things one day at a time. Break them all down, make tasks seem smaller than it actually is. All that malarkey to trick your brain into being like, ah, yeah, this is a great idea.
Oh, good.
Other than that, yeah, I mean, got all stuff I want to do for this year and stuff, and like long list of things to kind of worry about and focus on. They're not really worries, they're more like task to check off on my checklist, you know? Whether I get them done or not is, you know, there's no real problem with that. But I do want to get them checked off as such, right? What do we got to buy here? Zeus's Boon. Ooh, we've got gauge charged up first when you deal take damage. Yes, please. A random level up for something. That seems pretty good. Let's talk.
I always thought Olympians never consorted with chthonic gods such as yourself, but it sounds like Hermes is a close colleague of yours. You wouldn't happen to know why he's helping me, would you? I'm sorry, mate. I meant you no offense.
The joys, saying the joys.
Well, look at you, Lerny.
Yes, Lerny. Don't come in Burby, that's just completely mean. I mean, what else have we got, like, have we got going on at the moment? Like, we got some time booked off, which would be nice. Looking to, kind of, like, sort some personal things out on, like, the, you know, YouTube front and stuff like that, and with developing my skills in particular areas when I got some free time as well. So that's on my list of things to also do. Kind of doing that over the weekend at the moment. And picking up some, like, oh, wrong one. I wanted to save that. Oh, well. We used the Zeusa thing. I wanted to say that for the boss fight, but who cares? We use it now. No, I do have the too good to use syndrome, so... How many of you do that as well? Like, I mean, a lot of people do it. I know they do. The amount of memes and stuff on it are hilarious. But, like, how many of you actually sit there and we're like, I'm going to save every consumable because I don't want to waste them? You know, because I got Skyrim characters where their entire inventory is health and mana potions. You know? And it's absolutely hilarious to me. It's absolutely hilarious. We kind of got the thing from that, although we can't reuse that anymore. We can upgrade it, though. There we go. Look great at. Look great at. We're getting the use out of it, then. We'll do that, because getting some random levels could be useful as well. Why not? And increase boon rarity. Let's move on.
Take me up. Check.
But yeah, it's kind of funny, right? No, I just had this image of a character that's walking around with like so many potions in their back pocket. That's literally crushing them under the weight of it. They pick up one item. You are now over encumbered. Ah, come on, really? What do I get rid of? And there's nothing they can get rid of. They just drop the item they instantly picked up. I might need for later, so I can't, you know, I might need for later. I can't get rid of them. But yeah, I will do that constantly. There's no way of getting around it. I've learned to accept it. Although I have got better at it, I will admit that. I have got better at it.
Okay.
And I think actually this actually comes into part of games design as well, right? So if, you know, for all you game designers out there and stuff like that, right? Potion hoarding or like item hoarding is a real concern in games, right? What you don't want is give them, you know, give your characters and your players stuff that they never end up using. It's the last thing you want to do, right? Because if they don't use it, then what's the point of putting it in the game, right? You want them to use it. Do you know what a great way to get people to use this stuff is? is make it renewable. And they really do mean that. Like, you don't have to make it like an easy way to get the stuff, right? But making it renewable in a way that allows the people to kind of either farm for it or, you know, like collect more of it in sort of like a semi-easy fashion, more of a shopkeeper, is a great way to get them to expend the expendables and in some cases make the gaming experience more fun.
Power of Olympus.
Because I'm a moron, like I didn't spend a single thing, and then I will admit I then watched some videos mainly done by Lemon from the Backlogs. I watched those videos of him just doing runs on Dark Souls using fire bombs, and I was like, oh my god, really? Especially Dark Souls 1, I was just like him finding out his missus kind of did that through the entire game. It's kind of one of those things where I'm like, yeah, that sounds like something that I'd end up finding out and regretting it, and I was just like, and then I started doing some of the things like using consumables. It's like, actually, yeah, this is kind of like really good to use in like any build. Doesn't make a difference what build it was. It's just, it's really good to use full stop. It's so dumb. It really is. Hilariously, though, it was one thing that probably sat there and actually started making me use more consumables, right? So thanks, Levin. I appreciate it. And you'll probably find out, yeah, use more consumables. Doesn't mean I'll use them all. The hoarding never stops. It is funny. Ooh. Yeah. I'll just take that. Extra life is extra life, right? I got a reason to go for those instead. And I probably already have missed a fishing spot already, because I know I've done that already. Because I know there was one somewhere else and I've already missed it.
Next up.
But yeah, it's a thing that will never leave me no matter how hard I try. I mean, I'd do it at home as well. I can't throw that away because it might become useful later. So it'll never really be away from me, no matter how hard I try, but one day I will learn not to hoard consumables, and I'll be rewarded for it in the best way possible. It'll be useless. I have actually come down to the idea on it, right? Of like, I've seen games and game designers put in stuff into games, and then like they're like, oh yeah, but we're gonna put it in there to kind of like, you know, give them something to do this thing on. I'm like, why though? Like, it doesn't really give them anything to do. It makes the game completely more pointless and doesn't actually give you any benefits. So why are you adding it in? And then it's like, oh yeah, but we need like something else to spend these random things on. Dash strike, it's 3 times. My dash range reduced. Special hold or special damage and has a % chance to recover. I'm using the dash strike quite a lot though. I will admit that. But special being more useful could be interesting. Yeah, dash strike.
My spear grows stronger.
It's fish. But it is interesting, right? It is interesting.
Come on out.
Like, I know it's hard with anything when you're trying to design stuff, and especially when you've got multiple people involved in things trying to design that stuff on sort of like what the best course of avenue is and like how to organize a team and stuff. Really? Man, I got punished by those.
Damn it.
Let's do the usual, the cheese strat with, really, they're all soldiers. That's interesting. But yeah, I know how hard it can be to kind of sort that stuff out, right? It's not easy. And especially when you get multiple people involved and stuff. So, it's never as easy as just like, oh yeah, do this. You know. But at the same time, it doesn't excuse. It doesn't excuse it, right? I think that's the bit where I kind of land on the side of it. It's like, if you're going to design something, at least design it well, right? There's intent for something. What is the reason for it? Why you're applying it? How does this benefit the game? If the only word you come up with is padding, then I'm sorry, you've already lost me. But yeah, there are games that do it though. There are plenty of games, and between that, like some of the old ones as well. It's one of the things that I remember on the like classical arcade games, where like prices would always keep increasing, and then that started introducing itself over into like mainstream games, thinking like Ninja Gaiden and these sort of like games like Bayonetta, stuff like that. Where like you buy an item and suddenly like the price of it increases, and this even happened in oh my god. Oh my god, there's a game and my brain has completely forgotten what it was. Let's go shop, I've got a lot of money. Maybe we can get to buy some healing and stuff as well. We cannot buy healing, but we're literally against the boss fight? Man, that was quick. I'm confused. Back on that dash, that's fine. Cast knock people's away. Attack is stronger after 10 seconds. Random assortment, let's go. I'll give me some healing as well. Oh my god, what's the name of the game I'm thinking of? Oh, this is going to really frustrate me now. Well, technically they had 4 games, but they mainly did 3. Darksiders.
Let us destroy him quickly, King. Or perhaps slowly.
Ready yourself.
That was the game. So that kind of did it as well, right? In the third one, I think? Maybe not in the second. Maybe it was in the second, I don't know. But like, healing items and stuff in that game would constantly increase in value over the course of the game. Now, I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it's a thing that really annoyed me, right?
I see you, fiend.
So I was kind of a bit on the annoyance side with that, right? Not denying if it was like part of the game design or was any good or anything as well, but for me it was annoying, right? I will say that much.
One down, one to go.
right? Oh, I actually did get hit there. That's annoying.
Blast.
The main reason I find it annoying, right, is the fact that the currency that you used to buy those items essentially was infinite. And the reason it becomes annoying is because, like, it's not really you having any skill in the game to buy those items back to defeat bosses and stuff like that, which I get kind of why it's there, because it kind of creates this point of, like,
That's all for today's show.
you can't afford any more than what they deem necessary to try and defeat a boss, at which point it's a skill issue, right? So I lost 2 Death Defiances already. I'm having a great time here.
I shall have to have a word with our king, Theseus.
We'll take my lucky tooth to face him. Replenish Death Defiance, yes please. That'll help out as well.
Cheers.
He was a slight annoyance, like, you know, eventually, like, I beat the game without needing to worry about it, but, like, yeah, like, certain levels was like, you know, I just want to stock up on healing items and stuff, and I was like, oh, wait, they're just more expensive than what they originally started with, and I was like, oh. Okay, I guess I gotta go and farm souls. Which wasn't bad, because I was trying to do challenges and stuff anyway, so I already had that kind of money, but I was just like, really? Didn't really give me as much as I was thinking. I heard the ting. I heard the ting. The ting that normally allows me to, fish. There we go.
Father must have put you up to this.
I mean, overall, did it ruin the game experience? No, but it's a big negative in my book, really. Anything that causes me to artificially grind when there is kind of no need, right? Yeah, let's go get some life. Why not? A lot of games do it, right? And not like in a bad way. Like, some of the games do it in a way that kind of makes sense or stuff like that. Like, level gating and stuff is kind of one of the classical terms for it. Is where you kind of have to be like a certain level to actually, like, achieve what you want to be able to achieve. Or, like, have the stats to get past something. Which makes sense in certain games, right? Does kind of maybe restrict player creativity and things, and then you got your level 1 speedrunners that decide to do it backwards. It's always the idea of what audience are you catering for, right? It doesn't seem like an issue, but as we come into this more modern audience malarkey and everything else as well, it becomes more and more of an issue of who are you catering for when you do all these things, right? Who's your audience? Who's your target demographic, right? And I say this with, like, the whole gamer visualization of South Park. Which happens to also be the dad of Pirate Software, if you've not heard of him. I also watch him as well. But yeah, I mean, go watch him do stuff like that. He's absolutely brilliant. And you learn a lot about computers and stuff from that guy. Like, that guy knows stuff. Like, he's also a guy, I would say, that's got more experience on his side than his age may suggest, whatever his age is. Right? But, oh, come on, really? More poison guys. But at the same time, it's yeah. I've kind of got like that idea, and I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, so companies think this is what the average gamer looks like, this is what the average gamer behaves like, and yet their entire idea is like, yeah, I'm going to ignore that and not cater to him whatsoever. The person who pays my bottom line. I'm like, great idea. Let's see how that goes.
If I were a Satyr sack, where would I be?
And now you can see that. I mean, Ubisoft itself is suffering the consequences of those actions, right? Right. No, for good or bad. For good or bad, I will say. But it's just one of those things, right? It's like, you know, I wouldn't, when I design women's shampoo, I wouldn't design it for a man. Yeah. You know, and I wouldn't call men, you know, I wouldn't call women bigots for not buying it when it's designed for a man, even though it's a woman's product. But, like, I don't understand how people don't understand how silly that sounds. And you're all probably thinking, like, yeah, that does sound silly. Yeah, right? So why does no one else see it? Like, I am literally waiting for the lawsuit that happens where shareholders go after all these people being in charge of companies for running them into the ground. Because there are a lot of empty promises that were made that have never actually been completed. And all because of basically ego. Right? Like, we can all argue on the whole DEI stuff and everything else as well, but it doesn't really come down to that. It comes down to ego. You know. Someone had such a big of an ego that they thought they could get away with anything they ever wanted and then thought they could do whatever they want, and suddenly are now stuck in this mess, right? I think it's one of those things that someone said, it was the fact that what you never do is fracture your boss's ego. That's an easy way to get fired and get no promotions. Shame it's really true. No, I'm meant to be positive this year. I'm meant to be positive.
I'm rich.
But no, I've realised a lot of things. I mean, I always realise lots of things over the course of the time frame, right?
In the name
That's
of
what you do.
Hades.
Deflect can make enemies expose. Ooh. Death Defiance makes me throw this longer. There we go. Extra use as well, just to make sure we guarantee the win.
Going back.
And press play safe. Give me some
Time to
credit.
deliver the goods.
I don't like taking risks.
I'll take it.
Dash can deflect. No, take the cool lightning upgrade. Why not? Here we go, Survey.
Gigantic Cerberus accepts the prince's foul offering.
Bye for now, boy.
Yeah, I mean, I do appreciate all you people that listen to my moaning and whinging and usual stuff like that. I mean, I'm full of rubbish, I will admit.
You're never late, Father.
But if some of it ever makes sense, then you know it's a problem.
It seems our realm has many weaknesses. I shall deal with them shortly then.
You know. I don't know if someone ever said it, but yeah. The day when a madman makes sense is you know when the world's got an issue. Take that as a Frozen Melon original. You know. Or Dave original, whichever one to call it. Actually, that was one thing that I came up with ages ago, right? So it kind of reminded me of something that kind of popped up with some kind of, I say work colleagues, but more friends and stuff like that as well, right? So what happened was, essentially, like, someone's personal information and stuff was being leaked in a way that it was clearly obvious who was doing it, right? But there was no sort of concrete evidence to say they were the one doing it, although it might have been obvious. So I came up with a really ingenious idea, in my opinion. I used this a few times as well myself, because you don't want people just to kind of like start saying random rubbish and not know who it is, right?
Well, darkness.
So what the ingenious idea was for them to basically leak out information, but like make it slightly different depending on the people they had were suspicious of. And what you found out is like depending on which ones circulated, you knew exactly who was spreading the rumors and releasing personal information and stuff. It was all clearly obvious. It was the person we all thought it was, but now we had evidence of it because like the information got leaked was only ever told to them and no one else.
Not so fast. This on yourself.
Quit with this, Father.
And that's what I always say, you always make it as juicy as possible. That way, like, if they're a gossip person, they will automatically shout it out to the hell or high heavens, right?
You deal with this. You blasted little.
Because of course they do, right? It's the juiciest bits of gossip they've heard all year long. I think we're actually going to probably lose this run because I'm playing terribly.
Success easily achieved.
Or maybe not. Maybe we'll be okay. Maybe not.
You're going back.
But yeah. I thought it was quite good because, like, you know, I have been that person that has sort of a bit of distrust in other people, right?
I can take care of that.
Not in like a negative fashion, but I know that people aren't always what they seem. So I do tend to do that with people I meet and I end up interacting with on a regular basis.
You think that you're the only one who shall keep fighting? Such strength, boy.
Thanks, Dad.
In my father's name.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Kind of more simplistic run with the spear. No weird combos and stuff, but still pretty good. We are liking that. Liking that quite a lot.
The limitless variety of fauna dwelling on the surface brings to Zagreus no shortage of delight. Though when he makes an effort to communicate with one, its eyes so full of calm intelligence, he learns that bears are not as gentle as they seem. Huh?
Killed by a bear. That's interesting.
Not bad at all, really.
Only if you said something.
Just keeping watch over the pool of sticks there, same as always.
But the fact I got killed by a bear.
Hey, sir. Meant to say I hope I didn't get you into too much trouble after letting me in Father's bedchambers.
Think nothing of it, lad. It was a risk I was willing to take. And for his part, your father looked the other way on that one. Though I did not expect you to get free rein to go there as you please.
Mother can be quite persuasive.
And what of the complaints from Elysium? They wanted the lawns thoroughly manicured for their athletic contests.
Already taken care of. Though the flooding in Asphodel, that doesn't look like something we can clear up for quite some time. Fortunately, the residents seem to be getting accustomed to it.
There have been fewer reports about it as of late. And what of the satyr problem? Blasted things are rampant up there still.
Well, they're probably contained up there at least. And Zagreus has been keeping them in check, hasn't he?
He has.
But I have, yes. Great haul. We should be looking at buying more cool stuff from this, right? Ooh. Be a liar.
Here's the fee.
I'm gonna buy
At
that.
least we have a backup singer if we need one.
Upgrade my bed chambers. And table of entertainment.
I have another job. Always wanted my own entertainment table, and I can finally afford one, I suppose.
There we go. Fully bedroom done, I think. My bedroom is now being kitted out. That's the main thing. I do love this music.
You've helped
So good.
inspire me to song, my friend.
Beautiful, mate. Hey, Meg, I understand you're under orders to kill me on sight out there, but do you really have to go so hard on Sisyphus?
That wretched shade isn't who you think he is. Do you have any idea of the magnitude of his crimes from when he led a mortal life?
Along this, I
He
suppose.
cheated death, tricked Thanatos, and maybe Father too.
Before that, he did worse. He was an awful man. I think that is the real reason that your father punished him.
Nah, it's the pettiness of getting one over on you.
What if he's changed? Or said impossible? No coming back from certain crimes.
No coming back from certain crimes indeed. Though you may have more mercy in your heart to spare than I in mine.
Sorry, Sisyphus, I tried, bro. Let's get some more nectar with those keys, why not? I'm gonna turn my fish, the catch of the day in.
Here's the latest cat, chef.
Ooh, I can gift to... Oh no, that's,
Done deal.
yeah, this is Dusa. I talk, does she run away?
So wherever did you get that feedy companion you gave me? You know how much that thing is worth? To me, at least. I don't know who collects those anymore, but I sure do.
Oh, I'm so glad you like her, Prince. I could think of no one better to take care of her. And best of all, she'll remind you of me. But
Yes, she does.
as for where I got her, you're not gonna believe it. Can you guess?
Wait, you don't mean... No, not from Nyx herself. Did you... Wait, Dusa, you didn't... How to put this... Borrow her from Nyx, did you?
No. Happen to value my job here, among other aspects of my well-being, but after the lounge assignment, Nyx herself commended me and gave me Feedy as a nice reward. Although, she probably knew I'd just end up giving her to you.
That's bless.
That's nice of her. Thank you again.
Ah, can I not? Ah, I can't do that's unfair. Come on. I do love Dusa as a character. I think she's adorable. That's one thing I always wonder was a Dusa plushie.
I'll just set that there.
The games table and the lyre. And look, we can jam along.
A delicately crafted instrument of music making now resides within the clamor causing Prince's chambers, doubtless fearing, if it could, his heavy-handed touch.
Can't be that hard to play, can it?
He can play badly. Always good fun, always good fun.
Skelly.
But there we go, that is it for today's run.
I won't back down. Not now or ever.
So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Do always appreciate it. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, do leave a like and subscribe to see more. And I will see you all in the next one. Take care.